kind of literal sense of water, but in the moral sense it could denote purity of life, etc. So F.F. Bruce is saying Augustine had a massive impact on the schools of the Middle Ages. There was the Glossia Ordinaria, the great medieval compilation of biblical annotation, took shape from the 11th to the 15th century. You have John Wycliffe in that time, who undertook to make the Bible available to English people. You have the Renaissance, Reformation and Counter-Reformation. You have John Colet in 467 and 1519, later Dean of St. Paul, broke with scholasticism and lectured on Paul's epistles, expanding the text, the plain meaning. You had Erasmus, who developed his New Testament, Greek New Testament in 1516, 1519, 1522 and 1527. You had Luther, who was a massive influence, who really said to John Eck, basically, Luther lived from 1483 to 1546, basically he said Scripture alone, and expanded many Bible texts. You had John Calvin, who was more from 1509 to 64, he was a massive exegete who used, he repudiated the time-honored allegorical method as wholeheartedly as Luther did. Not only did he enable the interpreter to extract whatever sense he wished from the text, but it effectively obscured the true sense intended by the Spirit. He was not disposed to maintain time-honored interpretations which found pretext for Christian doctrine in the most unlikely of places, says F.F. Bruce, if he thought that they were excluded by the plain sense of the context. In other words, Calvin was a master of the historical grammatical method. So these two guys, Luther and Calvin, were massive. Then there was there was a polemical situation of theological discussion during the Reformation. You have like Theodorus Biblaner in 1506 to 64, the father of biblical exegesis, says F.F. Bruce, in Switzerland, when repairing some of Calvin's omissions. Then you had Henrik Bullinger in 1504 75. Then in the post-Reformation period, you have Flacius and Camarius. Matthias Flacius Lyricus, 1520-75, published 1567 in his Clavis Scriptura Sacra, he only admits one sense of Scripture. Then we have Joachim Camarius,